And I'm live. Hello everyone, how is everyone doing? A new month has begun and the year is almost about to end now. How is it going for you? How is this year been for you? I'll wait for a few seconds to see if someone is joining us. I cannot see any comments, so I'm going to check that. Okay, I can see one person. So today is number 7 of the 38 remedies which I will be covering. And today is the flower named Chestnut Bud. Now chestnut bud is a very different remedy from the regular remedies which may be direct for every emotion like anger, fear, sadness, irritation. Those are direct, like they work directly. This is a little interesting because it's beautiful, because I would say, and unique in its own way, because it is not something very conventional. It is something which is like you are learning from your mistakes. So people who keep repeating the same kind of mistakes, and those people who are in a pattern. So if you ever face a situation, or if you keep facing the similar situations again and again, you would say that it is a pattern, and that is something which the universe is trying to teach you, that learn from this and move on. Learn the lessons and move on. Just like every success, every failure teaches us something. I'm sorry for the noise in my background. It was totally unexpected. I'm going to wait till it goes away. Okay. Okay. So today the flower is chestnut bud. And I was saying that, every failure teaches us something and some lesson, right? Every failure or any, bad situation, or rather any event which is like a very negative event of our life, it teaches us something. Like if I go back to a few years, and if I understand what I was doing, and all the things that happened to me which were not nice, if they did not happen, if the situation was not as it is, I would not be here. I would not be a batch flower therapist doing what I do right now. I would be happily doing what I have studied for all these years, and I would be only doing that and not doing this as well. So everything teaches you something, whether it is a success or a failure, whether it is a good thing or a bad thing of your life, which is maybe like even traumatic events teach you to be, every traumatic event has made me a better person, because I can relate to those things now. I can understand people better now. I'm more I have more empathy towards people who have faced. I can, like, even in situations where someone is directly being nasty to me, in the initial phase I will be angry, because that is human nature. I will try to, not like, I will be nasty back at them depending on the situation. But ultimately, when that clears out, when that releases, when that anger releases, I do get that, inside, like I do feel inside that, oh, he is doing or she is doing that because they're not in that awareness, they're not in that level of understanding that it is not, you're not supposed to behave in that way. You're not supposed to be rude to people, or you're not supposed to be mean to people. But they are not, like, And I get that from inside, that this person, he's doing this or she's doing this because they are made that way. That is how they are. That's how they've been brought up. This is the kind of awareness I am in right now. And this happens only when you face such situations and you understand people in a very, very different way. Then you don't look at them at face value, or you don't take things personally. You stop taking things personally. Then you then understand this person, that person, from their perspective. You don't look at it from ego based perspective, that oh, this person did this to me, I will hit back, and I will also do this. You don't get involved in that drama. You learn from that. So this is what the flower brings about. It brings about that awareness. It brings about that depth in your soul. It brings about that depth in your personality and your character, that you learn from your mistakes, and you stop repeating them again and again. So a lot of times when this flower is in, so if a person is in a negative chestnut bud state, that person will keep getting involved in relationships which are similar, and which end up hurting the person again and again and again, till that person understands, okay, there is not something wrong with that other person, there is something in me which is attracting this out of that person. Because other than that, that person is really nice with his friends, with his family, that person is an amazing person, but why does he act like that with me? There is something inside me which is attracting this. So when you learn these kind of mistakes, whatever it is, whatever the kind of lessons the universe is trying to tell you, it becomes, you become aware in that sense, and you become attuned to that level of understanding, and you then understand that this is not something, then you get that knowledge, or you get that knowing that this is something which I need to work on. And then when you start working on that aspect of that, your personality, then things change. And this is what this flower brings about. This is what this flower is all about: learning from your mistakes, and learning the lessons behind those events, those negative issues, those failures, those traumatic events, and learning the lesson behind that, and coming out of it, with that lesson, with that with that knowing, with that awareness, with that consciousness. So our human life is all about raising our consciousness from child. When we are a child, we are in our full consciousness, but as we grow up, we are trained and coded, and we are taught a lot of things which are not the way it is. It's a very human way of life. We are taught the human ways of life, right? And then our human life till death is our journey of raising, cleaning all those aspects of whatever we've learned. This is what human life is all about. So I think it's a beautiful remedy, because it is all about the whole life journey. Because we always make mistakes, right? We are human, we are here to make mistakes, but the main thing is to learn the lesson behind what, the kind of mistakes we make, and not doing them again, and being more aware, right? Learning and being present in that moment, and learning from what we are actually doing in the present tense. So if you relate this to manifestation, I think even what I spoke all this while was all about manifestation. Because if you don't learn from your mistakes, if you keep on repeating the same mistakes, the universe is always kind of bringing things to our notice. They, if you're in the process of manifesting something like a new job, or move to a new country, or anything which you desire, the universe will always bring up things which need attention, need your attention, need that, bring those roadblocks in your way, to clear that out of your path, so that you can reach your goal, you can reach your desires. So if you keep repeating those same mistakes, you will find yourself in a circle, you will find yourself in a loop, where you're not going ahead, but you're just stuck in that chakravyuh, and you're just going round and round, right? There is no path. You will not be able to see a path ahead. You will just keep falling in the same relationships, same kind of jobs, where people ill treat you, and same kind of relationships where people ill treat you. So it's, it's like you are just being in that circle. You're not going forward, you're not moving forward in life, and life is all about taking one step at a time towards, going ahead, moving ahead. Life is like, as every day passes, you are moving into the new day, right? It's stepping closer, it's moving ahead. Life is like moving ahead, right? But if you don't learn from your mistakes, it will be difficult for you to manifest things, because you are just being in a loop and you're not reaching for that, you're not reaching your goals, you're not reaching your desires, because uh, you are not learning from your mistakes. And there is no end, there can be no end to it if it doesn't strike you at one point. And for that, chestnut bud is a great remedy. So I hope this was useful. I spoke for quite a bit. So reach out to me if you have any questions. You can always comment. And yeah, I have posted for some questions where I made a poll. For people who are dealing with different emotions. So I think after this series gets over, I will be moving on to a series of emotion per, like, batch remedies per emotion. So yeah, that is what I'm thinking right now. Let's see how that works out. So thank you for watching, and if you've watched it on replay, please hashtag replay. And you can always reach me if you want to consult me. And thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you have any comments, or if you have any questions, doubts, or if you want to I want to open this as a discussion. We can always discuss each flower and, go into the depths. We can all share our knowledge, our insights, whatever we have learned while taking the, if you have taken the remedy, let me know how, and how it has impacted you, and how you felt after taking the remedy. So, or any remedy as a matter of fact. So any of the remedies which I have covered so far. So let me know. Thank you so much, and take care.